Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Donna St. Louis here, out here in doing a little walk in the woods with my pup. And so, um, we just did the first night of the Sales Superstar Academy last night. It was really amazing. Great questions, awesome people. But one of the questions that came up that really seemed to get people like thinking was, how do I get past the fact that I tell someone about my offer, and then all of a sudden, they have all these objections. They don't have any money, they don't have time, it's not exactly what they thought. They were suddenly looking for something else. They got to talk to someone else. Right? So they got on the phone and they were all in and ready to go. And now all of a sudden, they're a little wishy-washy, little mishmashy about, what they're going to be doing next, right? And we've seen that. We see it a lot where people suddenly have. Sorry about that. I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, they suddenly get a little mishmashy, questionable about everything. All right. So how do you handle that? First of all, not even how you handle it. I know a lot of these. You'll see a lot of these old gurus and these. They'll be talking about. Oh, let me tell you how to handle the objections. How about this? I'm gonna tell you how to Eminem and 8 Mile those things so they don't even happen. How about that? Let's not even go to the let's get rid of the objections before they even come through. All right, so let's see if I can do this. I have this on because I had it on because I didn't want the headset to get messed up. So let's talk about how to do it. So you talk to a client you talk to a client who seems really interested, right? They're telling you everything that's interesting, and you've asked them the questions. You've gone through the dark side. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, when I'm like, oh, they've gone through the dark side, you've gone through the light side, right? You've done all that stuff. Then you need to go to the link salessuperstar.net and download the document so you can follow along. Because if I'm saying dark side, light side, gauntlet of disqualification, NSD, and you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, you're out of the mix. You're ruining your sales calls. For real, for real. So let's do this. So you have a person they're on the dark side, right? You're letting them do what they do best, which is talk about themselves, which is what you want them to do. You want them to sit there and talk about what's going on in their world, their current state, their past state, where they don't want to be, and what they really want next. You want them to share those insider secrets, right? You want to understand why this, why now, and why not move forward. You can't understand that, by the way, if you're doing all the talking. But then once you have that information and you know exactly what kind of offer to make to them, the next thing you're going to do is not make an offer. Let me say it one more time. The next thing you're going to do is not make an offer. Not going to do that. And I know you're probably going, wait, but I got all the information and I know they're ready. So, of course, I'm going to make an offer. No, no, this is not the time. What you're going to do now is you're going to qualify them. See, and this is where most people make a mistake. They make an offer, but they don't make a pre-qualified offer. This is something you learn in the academy. And if you're like, shit, it's too late for the academy, click on the link, you get the VIP. I'll hook you up with the first night. Personally, I'll work with you. All right. If you wait till next week, then you got to come in next quarter. Because, this isn't a running academy. This is something we do on a quarterly basis. All right. Let's go through this. So you don't make an offer. because this is where people screw up. This is why sales is so cringy. This is why you're dealing with so many freaking objections, because you're making an offer. You're not making a pre-qualified offer. So what does a pre-qualified offer look like? Okay, number one, you got to make sure they have a sense of urgency. Why now? Then you want to know, okay, so let's say I need you to put aside 3 hours a week, right? If you need to put aside 3 hours a week, are you going to be able to do that? Time. If they're like, no, I'm not, then you already know that's not the right offer. If the offer you're thinking of for them to solve their problem 100% or 80%, because I'll tell people in a heartbeat, I have an offer that I think will work for about 80% of what you need. And for the last 20%, I have experts on board that can help you. Right? So for that 80%, let's talk about some things. So the 80% is going to require that you give me about 3 hours a week or 4 hours a week or whatever the magic number is. Or it's going to require that you show up for quarterly meetings or VIP day. I don't care what it is, but you need to let them know what the requirements are. So there's a time requirement. Then the second thing is there's an effort requirement, right? Are you going to meet the effort requirements? And then I'll tell them, this is the effort it's going to take. Are you going to do those things? Right? If the answer is no, this isn't the offer for you. Let me think of it. Let me look at my other offers that might be right. And I'll tell them as we're going along. Then if you can't put aside that time, then let's talk about how you really want to get to your goals. And now we're going to backtrack to the dark side a little bit. Then we're going to go to the effort part. This is the effort I need from you. I don't care if it's you or the people who work in your company. This is the effort required from your side of the table, right? And then from there, I'm like, okay, we got time, we got effort laid out. Let's talk about investment. There's 3 offers that I think are right. And quite honestly, there's really only 2. The top offer, I don't think you're ready for that one. I have a secondary and a tertiary offer. The lowest offer, I don't think that one's right either, because it doesn't include, I don't know, coaching or some of the other things you want. Although it does have the lowest price point. And then here's the offer I think is right for you. And based on what you were saying, or here's the dollar amount offer. I don't tell them the offer yet. Here's the dollar amount of the offer that I think is right for you. I still haven't told them the offer. Why? Because they're not yet qualified. They haven't said whether that money is right for them or not. Right? So if I go, I have an offer that's $5,000 a month. We guarantee a 2x ROI, which means you're going to make that money back plus another 50. And and if you have good credit, you can get this financed, right? Financing might cost you, I don't know, $600 to $900 a month. Which one of these are you the most interested in? Right? Because now we know how much time I'm going to need from you, how much effort I'm going to need from you, and what the investment I'm going to need for you to help you hit your goal. Right? That's what I am pre-qualifying the client. Once they tell me they are qualified, I have already gotten through the time objection, the effort objection, and the money objection. Those are gone. We've already established time, effort, and money. The next thing I'm going to talk about is, okay, I don't expect you to make a decision today. Absolutely not, because we're talking about a high dollar amount. But there's probably someone you're going to talk to about, what I'm going to offer you. Tell me exactly what you're going to say to them when you go back and talk to them. Now, some people tell me straight up, like, I don't have to talk to anyone. Guess what objection we just got passed? I got to go talk to somebody. Done. Or they might say, yeah, I'm going to go talk to my spouse. And these are probably 5 things I'm going to say. This is critical, because those 3 to 5 things they're going to say are the things that are top of mind for them. They're going to be a mixture of their concerns and their desires. This is what I found, that when I asked that question, when they go and talk to that other person, it doesn't have to be their spouse. I'm like, it could be a friend, a business partner, just a person that you bounce ideas off of, right? What are you gonna say? And then they'll tell me what they're gonna say. Here's the thing. What I've discovered is about 20% of what they're gonna say is incorrect. I don't expect it to be correct. They're not an expert in my industry. They're not an expert at what I do. We only got on the phone 45 minutes ago. What, I'm expecting them to know how to sell my product to someone else? Absolutely not. So I want to make sure that we're both on the exact same page as to what they're going to get in regards to effort and the time that's required. So I, at this point, have not made an offer. And this is significantly different from what we usually deal with. Usually talking about, if you go and look at anybody out there, they're going to tell you, let me tell you how to handle these objections. I will tell people how to handle it only because I know they're not using the fire savvy bat signal. So they have no choice but to handle objections. My people don't deal with objections. We're 8-miling those objections before they even get started. We put M&M on those objections before they came out. We're already talking about it. We still have not talked about our offer at all. We've only talked about time, effort, money, and you're going to go bounce this off of somebody. Who is that person? Then from there, still made an offer. I'm like, so you're going to have to go follow up with Sam. Cool. So let's say you follow up with Sam Thursday. When's the next time that you and I can get on a calendar? Let's schedule that now. Now that we're on the calendar, now that I've dominated the next step, now I'm going to tell you about my offer. Now, not before now. This is why we don't deal with objections. We ain't got none. We don't have any. If you want to know how to crush it, if you want, yeah, Eminem, Chanel, what's up, babe? How are you doing? Oh, I see a bunch of people on here leaving comments. Hey, hello, hi. What's up, Moody? How you doing, Lisa? And yes, Eminem. Yeah, we don't deal with objections because we make sure that we're qualifying the person and we only deliver pre-qualified offers. By the time we deliver, if we're delivering a proposal, if we're delivering an offer, we already know whether this person is serious or not. Because here's the thing, after I make the offer, it's one or two things. It's the only thing that's going to happen is the next logical step. Either you're going to enroll now, you're going to enroll later, or you're not going to do it at all. I'm not living in follow-up hell. There's none of this extraneous chasing. There's none of the BS. This is what it is. And when someone's giving you a 2x guarantee on your investment, like, I cannot believe how many people just don't get the math and the money. Like, it's math and money. The only time they don't get that guarantee is when they don't do the work. And we make it clear, like, you're going to get the guarantee. The guarantee stipulates that you need to do these things. If you're not going to do these things, the guarantee is null and void. And we lay out exactly now, none of that is like, and you need to spend $1 million on a website. Nope. We've had people that don't even have websites or landing pages. They're just sliding in DMs, right? They're making phone calls. They're sending out emails, right? I remember our first thing that Chanel and I did at Fire Savvy, we didn't even have a web page. We didn't have a domain for it. Sold it out. Did 7 figures in 7 months. And then finally we said, we should put up a website, maybe get a domain or two. I don't know. So anyway, that's how what you want to do is a pre-qualified offer. Pre-qualified. If you're tired of leaving money on the table, you're selling. You're selling. But you also know that you could do better than what you're doing, that you could close 80 to 90% of your sales calls, right? You know that if you're having an event, that you could close more at an event. And you're just not doing it because while you're selling, you're not selling out. You're not knocking it out the park. Let me help you do that. It's kind of a superpower. All you got to do is just scan that QR code or go to salessuperstar.net. Or quite honestly, if you write superstar in the comments, I'll get back to you. Anyway, I'm out here in the out of the woods with the puppy who decided to walk way ahead of me. Hey, Jackson, come here. Here, come back. He's like, nah, I'm not coming back. I'm comfortable. You're too far. anyway, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have an amazing one. It's Friday, baby. Bye.